Hey there, Salvatore'S kitchen fans. How you going, man? All right, so we're going to do some pizza dough. I'm going to give away my secret now, and God help me. All right, so just going to grab some yeast. I'm just going to make sure that it's in date. Yeah, it's in date. Okay. And a cup for measuring out water. So here's a recipe. I will try to link it in the description. So let's go through this. This is actually, you can actually do white bread or pizza as well, but let's do the pizza base. Okay. Water, 1.5 cups of warm water. Sugar, so for pizza it's 1 teaspoon. 7 grams of dry yeast. You can use a fresh yeast, but people can't find that normally. 610 grams of Tipo 00 high protein flour. I'll show you in a second one of the ones I use. And then for pizza, 3.5 teaspoons of salt. That is a little salty, but it's nice like that. I like quite a bit of salt, and extra virgin olive oil. So I'm using a bread machine, and let's get started. So the first thing you want is 1.5 cups of warm water, and I use filtered water. This is something most Italians do. We know that water is very, very important. So let's go 1.5. We need a little bit less, basically right there. So remember to measure at eye level. So that should be right, nice and clean in there. Okay, that's that one. And so you want the yeast to be starting to activate. This is 7 grams of yeast, nice and fresh. Put it in there. And then at this stage you want the sugar. So it's got something to munch on. So we said 1 teaspoon. I'm pretty sure we said 1 teaspoon of pizza. Okay. So use the real sugar, not my low GI stuff. And this should be fine. Give it a nice, good dollop. There we go. Okay, so then that should be nice and happy. The next thing you want is 610 grams of flour. So this is the type of flour I'm using today. It makes a really nice pizza. I can only say it in Italian. Tipo 00. Tipo 00 high protein pizza flour. There is the other Italian ones you can get, which is very good. So I need to measure this out. Got my scales over here. I'm just going to get an ice cream container. Makes it easy to sit on the scales, right? So I'll do it over here off camera, because I've got a small kitchen. Might be able to show you if I can be careful. You can see that, eh? Okay, so make sure it's zeroed. There we go. So that's only 274, so I need the other packet. It doesn't need to be sifted or anything like that. It's not, you're not making a cake. 616 should be okay. Ideally, I will back it off because you want it nice and flexible. And there we go, 610 exactly. And at this stage I like to put my salt in. So we said 3.5 teaspoons of salt for pizza. I'm going to use this cooking salt. I should be right, like I'm going to go with what I said. I don't mind a bit of salt. Okay, so that's 3.5. Put that in there. And now, get this out of there. Might start this machine up. Slowly pour that in there. You getting that? Yeah. Okay. So while that's doing its thing, I want some olive oil. 2 tablespoons. Extra virgin olive oil. 1 generous. 2, there we go. So with a bread machine, you really don't have to do this step, but I'm here. It's looking a little dry for my tastes. So that's easy to fix. We'll put a little bit more water in there. I'd say like 50 mils. So what's okay? I hope I did that right, because it looks dry. I suppose I never normally just look straight at it. I normally just chuck it all in there and walk away. I'm still not convinced there's enough water. Put another 1/4 of a cup in. I'd say that should be right now. Maybe it's because of the different flour. Yeah, that looks alright. Now I'm going to change this and completely stop it. I'm going to put it on, we want dough. On this machine, it's 11. So menu 11. It should be an hour and a half. Go. Okay. Very strange. But anyway, that looks about right. So it's going to do its thing. It'll take an hour and a half. Now, ideally, right, you want to do this today and leave it somewhere inside the house and then use it tomorrow. But I'm kind of busy tomorrow. It's going to taste better tomorrow. You leave it out and cover it with oil. But I'm probably going to do this today I might use the barbecue, put it on the stone. It's really nice like that on a Weber barbecue with the stone. You've got to put the stone on, then turn everything on. You can't just put the stone on when everything's hot, because it will crack. Oh, here it is, by the way. See how well seasoned that is. So, alright, so while it's doing its thing, I'm going to do my sauce, I'm going to do my cheese, ingredients, and all the rest of it. And for now, I'll pause it or I'll leave it here. We'll see what happens. But that's how you do dough. You can do it by hand. Mix it all up. Let it sit for a couple of hours to rise, and then mix it all up again. And then maybe then put it on into balls, pizza balls, and then roll it out. Got all this stuff on here. Alright, so I'll leave it there for now, and we'll see what happens after this video, whether there's more. If it stops here, it stops here. If I can show you more, I'll show you more. More than likely, I'll try to show you more. Alright? See you in the next one or whenever. Ciao.